I disagree. Online learning is probably for now the right way to teach kids because during the pandemic, the government requires online learning to reduce the increase in the spread of the COVID-19 virus. But if there is no pandemic and online learning is not appropriate because not all children can understand the material delivered online and there is a lack of direct interaction with friends and teachers. Face-to-face learning is very comfortable during discussion because children can interact directly and have no difficulty. Teachers can understand the circumstances and difficulties of children and can explore more. The Faculty of has decided to start having lessons on Friday. We feel that it's strain on students to have the lectures only from Monday to Thursday. If we also include Friday, it will free up some time that will allow students to feel more relaxed. Another way in which this will help is that it will free up space in the classroom. Many students have complained that they had a hard time finding a place, so by adding another day for lessons, we think that it will open up space and create additional capacity for the course which are taken by the majority of the students. She actually think they are trying to trick students that classes are not that full. They mention courses that are taken by the majority of the students. They must be referring to general psychology. She have it the Stevens halls where the classes are held is almost filled to capacity, but there are always several seats left. The professors complain that their salaries are low. She thinks the administration decided to give them extra classes in order to justify the pay rise to the board of trustees because it's not something she will like. She really wants to continue to have her extended weekend. Some classes will be moved on Friday without her choice. She had that she will lose that Friday. She convinced that she will not be okay with this change. Hibernation. Hibernation is a state of inactivity followed by a low heart rate, low breathing, and a low metabolic rate. Hibernations occur seasonally and it usually happens during the winter months. Hibernation is done by many rodents as well as by large animals like bears. It is a way for animals to adapt to the change that comes from different weather patterns. Hibernation is done by endotherms animals that regulate their own body temperature rather than depend on the environmental source of heat. Animals that hibernate tend to eat a lot of food in the fall so that they could prepare for their long winter sleep. Hibernation is a process that warm-blooded animals are associated with and it is something that helps them survive the winter months. For example, bears need to maintain their own internal body temperature and they need a lot of energy to get energy. They need to eat a lot of food, but during winter, food is scarce. The bear will only lower its heart rate, which will lower the body temperature, so the bear will need less energy to live. And life would not happen if something happened the bear didn't do this process. Hibernation is something that can last from a few days to several months. It depends on the environment that the species is in before an animal start hibernating. It needs to prepare itself, it needs to consume a lot of because even though its energy requirements will be lowered, it still has to maintain some of the body's need functions to life. Because of price fixing, simply put, because they are the only ones on the market, they can decide at what price to sell a given good or a service, and they can charge you several times more compared to the price you would pay if there were other companies providing the same thing. A monopoly can also decide to give you inferior product. The product will have a declining quality. For example, a chocolate factory. A chocolate factory is the only one who can sell it to us no way. They can simply decide to put less cocoa and less milk over time. And because you cannot go somewhere else to buy a chocolate, you will simply take these inferior products. This product which will become worse over time. Another thing that happens when you stop having competitors is that you stop innovating, so we see a loss of innovation. A monopoly is simply noticeable.